Hot damn, that's a relief. The deceased ones are bad enough. Even when they're dead, they don't stop selling. He crossed his arms and leaned against the door frame, quickly standing straight up again when the shack creaked in protest. So, what are you doing down here anyway?
Trying to get across to Hades? This is the ferry, isn't it?
This is a rickety old crap shack, he said. That's the ferry. But I have the singular joy of running it for the moment, yes.
Well then.
But you can't go. Sorry. Only the dead. That's the rule. Tracy peered over the man's shoulder into the dim quarters beyond.
Is Charon here? Could I speak to him, maybe?
Lady, if he was, do you think I'd be here? He stepped aside, allowing a better view of the shack's interior. There was little more than a small bed, a wooden desk, and a few odds, ends, and pieces of laundry lying about. The talk-to-the-manager trick wasn't going to work, it seemed.
Okay, but you can't just outright refuse, can you? I've read mythology, and I know for a fact that live mortals have crossed the river before.
Mythology, and you know for a fact. He grinned. Want to think about that one a sec?
You know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I was a devout atheist until a little over a year ago. Still a little bitter. And maybe there are new rules. You ever think of that?
Look, what's your name?
Marcus.
Look, Marcus, the only reason I'm here at all is because some god's oracle gave me a quest. If the rules weren't bendable, I wouldn't have gotten the quest, so...
Yeah, because the gods and their pals aren't devious pricks at all. He did the air quotes and everything. She straightened her spine, summoning up every ounce of authority she could.
The point is, I need to get over there, and I'm not leaving this spot until you take me.
Marcus smirked. I only run the ferry. I don't do the taking. That's Death's job. How'd Charon put it? He hangs around here sometimes, and he gets uptight when someone takes the living across before he gets to him. Says it messes up the order, and order's his thing, you see? He's a control freak. If you ask me, he has a bit of a stick up his ass, but he does outrank me.
I meant take me across the river. I've no intention of dying in the process.
Important distinction, that. He picked a bit of lint off of his robe. Fine, maybe I can bend the rules if you want it badly enough to do something for me in return. Tracy bit down on demanding why everyone was suggesting sexual currency lately.
And what sort of something are we talking about?
Came out after a moment of temper wrangling. Judging by the look on Marcus's face, she contained her disgust poorly. What? Oh, no, nothing like that. Geez, I don't even know you. She released her frustration with a relieved sigh.
Thank you. You wouldn't believe the week I've had.
I'm believing a lot more things than I used to lately. Well, that fit, she supposed.
So, what do you want me to do, then? I don't really have a lot of time.
Tracy braced herself for the onslaught of impending zaniness. I need you to go back up to the surface and get me a whole bunch of batteries. All sizes, from D on down to the tiny ones.
Batteries?
Tracy asked. Apollo's oracle mentioned nothing of batteries.
What's the catch? Are they some special batteries I have to talk to a sphinx to get or something?
No catch, I just need batteries. I spaced it when I came down here. Now I've got a shack full of electronics I can't use. Things are all rigged up to use batteries, but that doesn't do me much good without a single one around.
Okay. How many?
50 of each ought to do, just to be safe.
You'll pay for them, of course.
Marcus shrugged. You look like you can afford it. If you want a rule-bending ride across, it's on you.
My employment situation's a little up in the air at the moment.
Want a steady job as a Hades ferryman?
Thanks, no.
Well then, batteries. Use a credit card or something. Oh, and none of those cheapo store brands either. It occurred to Tracy that she could stand there arguing details about one of the simplest things anyone had asked her to do in a while, or...
Fine, I'll pay for the damn batteries.
Marcus laughed. Damn batteries, that's a good one.
Your sense of humor really takes a hit down here, doesn't it?
He shrugged and turned to go back inside. Good luck. Oh, and I wouldn't recommend trying to swim across instead if you're considering that. It's, bad. 100-fold worse than labor pains.
How would you know?
Just don't ask. Tracy bought the batteries with surprisingly little trouble from a 24-hour battery bunker just a few blocks from the manhole in downtown Reno that concealed this particular entrance to Hades. The battery bunker wasn't crowded. She paid with a credit card. There was even a volume discount. Stepping on a blob of sidewalk gum was about the worst thing that happened to her. The night was looking up, and soon afterward she made her way back down the tunnel, bribe in hand, to knock on the door of the little shack again. There was no answer. She knocked once more, muttering a few profanities.